back. You know, it's another adjustment that you have to make, but it's one that I'm familiar to. So I'm loving going back to kind of my home position. I've kind of played kind of wherever I need to play, but you know, it's my position I was recruited out of high school and such. So going back, kind of essentially home, is a really good feeling.
Does that make you think? How does that make the offensive line better?
I think just with some of the abilities that I have, you know, I think pulling is probably one of my better abilities that I have, and just being a big body, but being able to pull and kick out those ends and stuff like that really helps us, and I think it helps the offensive line, you know, kind of fitting some guys where they really need to be.
Do you think the added bulk in the interior of the offensive line, moving Donnell in and moving you back in, will help the run game, help especially that inside zone?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think you know, getting that movement off the ball will be a tremendous help to us in our game and in what we do. We had a little bit of it last year, you know, with me and Donnie kind of next to each other for a little while, but to transition though back inside though, I mean, moving those interior guys are the big things, and so having me and Donnie right next to each other, you know, we can move those guys out of the way for Rico or Tyson or whoever. Really, they can hit those holes and get some yards.
How frustrating was last year for you, getting hurt, missing those games?
It was stressful. I think the first game after was it Kentucky? We went to A&M, and I was watching on the field, and I was at home, so it was really stressful. But you know, that's not how I wanted to go out, and so you know, I'm back and I'm healthy now, so that's the best I can do is to have a healthy year. But overall, it was difficult. But the guys, I was happy that the guys bounced back without me, and we had guys to fill those positions to help the team get wins.
How important is it to an offensive line to have a bunch of guys that have had as many snaps as you guys have had across the line? You're an older group together and have played a lot of football together.
I think it helps us out a lot as far as guys that have actually played snaps. You don't really have guys that are going out there having the jitterbugs. And most of us know the playbook. We know the system. We kind of know what's expected of us. And so we don't have a young guy out there that's kind of on his own, you know, trying to learn stuff at the same time as play. So having those older guys out there, I think, really helps us and makes us better.
And with this new tempo on offense and maybe a new way of doing things, is it different for you guys in terms of pulling a little bit more and just doing some things maybe a little different than you've done the past couple of years?
I mean, the tempo of it is the biggest change out of everything, you know, the tempo that we're going at. But I think it's going to really help us in the long run. But as far as pulling and stuff, I don't think it really changes us tremendously. I mean, you just have to make sure that we're conditioned and ready to go.
Do you remember when and how you got hurt last year?
I do. We were doing just a regular pass protection, setting out. I had my guy, and I guess a guy on the other side came free, and Jake went to go run, and when he tackled Jake, Jake and the defender fell in the back of my ankle. So that's exactly how it happened. There's a lot of memes that go around because that was the play that Jake tried to do his flop. That was a huge failure. So in the video is me crawling on the ground and Jake, but it's all good. So I mean, yes, I'm reminded of it a lot, especially when it comes to social media and stuff like that. So
how do you feel about that? Getting ribbed about it so much?
It's okay. You know, I forgive him, so that's the biggest thing. So I just told him don't do it again.
Is that the weirdest injury you've ever had?
Yeah. I mean, we were in the play doing a normal pass protection. It was just a fluke injury, you know, that I had my guys doing my job, and I just got hit from the back and just fell down on top of my ankle, and that was the end of it. So probably the worst injury that I've probably had. You know, having the torn extensor tendon in my thumb and stuff like that was never an issue. I just had surgery and we were good to go when I came back. I just rehabbed properly, but that one was probably the most stressful injury, just because I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm helpless, not being able to do anything.
Zack, what are the main things that Coach Wolford has stressed and emphasized with you guys thus far?
Really just, I mean, he's very technique. I mean, it's all about the little things that he does. You know, that he teaches you, you know, your right steps and everything. But I mean, he's very technique oriented, and he wants them in knowing your plays and knowing everything else. So the knowledge of the game is one of them, but also his technique and understanding that. And he's really helpful when it comes to that kind of stuff.
How have you seen Blake Camper develop over his career?
He's doing a tremendous job, especially this summer. I mean, he is in here every single day getting extra lifts in, doing everything. Me and him talking, going over plays and such. He's really trying to be all he can be and working hard, getting his weight up. I think right now he's like 310, so that's a tremendous. I mean, it's probably the biggest he's ever been in his career. And so, I mean, he's doing a phenomenal job out there, working his butt off. Though, I mean, I think he's really molding himself into that right tackle position. So, you know, our camp's about to crack off. So, I can't wait to get out there and see him.
He said you had helped him a lot. What's the best advice you've given him, or what's been your message to him?
Just really, I mean, just not overdoing it. I think he's trying so hard, and he's working his butt off so hard. And sometimes I got to kind of tell him to settle down a little bit and relax. It's okay to have a day off because, I mean, he's working hard. But he's just technique oriented and seeing his flaws and stuff like that. Just correcting those. You know, we've been working on correcting them and helping him out in any way that I can. You know,
having played that position last year, why do you think he'll be a good right tackle?
Just I think his length. You know, I think he's tall. He's fast, and he has tremendous arm length. And I think when he puts his hands on people, I think they'll be surprised at, you know, the length that he has and the extension that he can give people, and as far as widening out that pocket.